It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago, and it's 7 p.m. in Philadelphia. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog the Scipio, and I'm flying solo tonight. Got my Santa hat on, got the reindeer all revved up. We're gonna fly tonight. We hopefully tonight we're gonna fly with the Rat Pack. They are supposed to be joining us sometime in the next, say, 15 minutes or so. So we're not going to worry about that. Want to a shout out to? Got to get this right away. Shout out, big, huge shout out to Big Cal, my partner in crime last night. We did a hell of a show last night. Me and Cal did 2 hours standing on our head last night, man. We did 2 hours before it flew by before we it was like, oh my god, we're like an hour past our time, brother. So, but you know what? We don't care. Doesn't matter. We got it covered. we hope. We hope anyway. We did, of course, the deep dive last night into the death of actress Anne Heche. Mysterious by some people's accounts. But last night, I think we finally cut through all the muck in the mire and all the horse crap and got really into what happened with Anne Heche. And yeah, no, look, there's no way to put it. Just it was a bad thing. Okay, what happened to her was a really, really horrendous thing. Can't sugarcoat it. Can't pretend like it didn't happen. 'Cause, yeah, it did. And if you saw the video last night, and those of you that watch us on Roku or Tubi TV or Yuvu, YouTube TV, any of our streaming service, and we're on a bunch of them. I mean, and we're on Odyssey, we're on YouTube TV, Roku, Amazon Prime. Just we're there. We're just you got to look, but we're there. Um, and happy to be there, by the way. Very grateful to be there. And thankful for you guys, all 17.4 million of you. Yeah. That's a real number. I can't, I promise you, I cannot make that up. That's a real number. We are excited about the upcoming year. This is, by the way, this is our last show of 2025, and we're going to go out, hopefully in style. And if it's just me babbling for the next hour, well, then there you go. And so, it's not like I can't talk for an hour. Trust me, I'll find something to talk about. You don't believe it? Ask my wife. Need it? I think my brother-in-law might be watching this tonight. Both brother-in-laws. I think. Well, I know Robert will. I know about Big Scott. I don't know what's Big Scott's doing. Oh, he's probably with his daughter. Um, Taking care of family stuff. So tonight, as we sit back and we wait and we watch the clock for the Rat Pack to join us. Let's talk about what we got coming up in the next year. Hopefully, first of all, we always say, "Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, we'll see you again," and we certainly believe that that'll be the case, and we want that to be the case. So in 2026, we're going to start the year off with a big one. Mary Murphy from Fox TV's So You Think You Can Dance. She is a choreographer, dancer, dance judge, actress, producer, director. There's not much that woman doesn't do because she got her hands in a little bit of everything, and she loves the Mad Dog. Yes, indeed. Oh, oh, oh. And so Murphy, the hot tamale trainer herself, will be here in January, as will a very, very special guest. His name is George Schlatter. He was here before. He'll be back again, Lord willing, in the creek don't rise. George Schlatter is 96 years old. 96 years old, George is, and he is the creator, producer, writer, director of Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. He also created the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast, the Dean Martin Show, the Judy Garland Show, and a whole bunch of stuff for Frank Sinatra. And we got, looks like we got somebody coming in to the studio tonight. Let's see who we got. It looks like it might be Jeff Foote. I think we might have Jeff here. He's one of the gentlemen talking about the Rat Pack. What an amazing guy. And this man, he can dance. This dude can flat out dance, brother. Let me tell you what. And when he gets in here, and he is, I don't know, he's hiding behind somewhere. Jeff, if you can hear me, get your ass in here. Because I was looking forward to talking to you tonight. And Tony Sands will be here tonight. And we're going to have a good time. So we'll let our guys get settled and get into the studio and kick their feet up a little bit and relax. And you are stuck with me. And who's that? Got Amelia here tonight. Oh, Amelia. I'm here watching celebrating Jeff's heavenly birthday. Oh, man. Jeff's birthday today. Amelia's husband, God rest his soul. What a good guy he was, too, man. Jeff was a good guy. He was one of our people. He was a conspiracy kook like the rest of us. And we certainly miss Jeff tonight. Amelia, give my best. Give Joseph a hug for me, will you? Give him a big old hug. You know? Tell him Uncle Angelo's here if he needs me. Let's see what we got going on. Jeff Foote he's got disconnected somehow or another. But we are going to keep our eyes on that little invite window for the Rat Pack. We're expecting tonight Tony Sands as Frank Sinatra. Jeff Foote will be here as Sammy Davis Jr. and Robert Cabella, Lord willing, and the creek don't she'll show up this time. And he is Dean Martin. He also does a pretty wicked Elvis Presley. Jeff Foote is here. Jeff Foote is gone. Where'd he go? There's Jeff Foote.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I cannot see you, my friend.
All right, let's see.
I can see your avatar.
Okay.
Take your time. We got all night, man. We're live. We can't go anywhere. We're live. So,
okay.
You know what happens when you're live? It's you and the air, man. It's just where I'm just hanging with my posse tonight, and all 17.4 mil of them are out there.
I can't figure out how to turn my camera
on. It should be just a little icon that's got like a camera icon. You should see like a microphone for your voice and a little camera. It should be, you're on your computer. It should be right there. Okay. Let me see if I can help you out a little here. Let me see. Let's see if I can. Oh, let me see something here. Mike said, got the mic. There he is. There you go. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. It's nice to see you on my turf. I saw you on your turf last time.
Yeah.
At the Broadway Theater in Pittman. I love that theater, by the way. My wife and I are regulars there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great theater.
Yeah.
And it's got amazing acoustics. You know, I sit in the back of the house, like up against the partition wall. Okay. And we love it back there. It's literally, Jeff, the best seat in the house. You can see the entire stage. You can see everybody in the audience, what everybody's doing, who's not supposed to be with who, and all. But I don't have no camera on anybody.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I know we're waiting for waiting for Tony Sands, and I believe Robert supposed to be with us tonight.
Okay.
And let's see if he actually shows up. He didn't show up the last time with Tony.
Oh.
Tony, I ended up here with Tony myself the last time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. But I think you had to work that night, or you had.
Yeah, I think I had to work the night you guys did it.
Yeah, some dance thing. You're a hell of a dancer. You own now. Let me get this right, because I have a little info on you. Now you own a dance school or a dance studio, right?
No, I don't own one. I work at a few.
Oh, you were. Oh, I got you. Okay, all right. So because the info I had was that you got your like a gig, like your own gig.
Yeah. I teach at multiple dance studios.
Oh, okay, terrific.
Yeah, I teach at 3 dance studios, and then I teach at 2 colleges. I'm an adjunct professor at 2 colleges as well.
And what do you teach?
The one university is Montclair University.
I know it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one I teach at is Centenary University.
Okay, sure. Wow.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You're an academist.
Yeah.
And a dancer. Well,
Yeah.
I figured with a name like Foote, you had to be in some kind of dance. You can't get through life with a name like Jeff Foote and not either be a dancer or really, really skilled at racing or running or skiing or something to do with the athletic and prowess of the lower legs. So
Yeah.
I figured you were either a dancer or a dancer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I won't tell you what, man, you're a hell of a dancer.
Oh, thank you.
And you probably have, in my opinion, the hardest job in that show. And I'm going to tell you why I believe that. Sammy is not an easy character to do. He is and I met Sammy several times, and he was oh yeah. And my dad knew Frank.
Okay.
I met Dean once, and I met Sammy multiple times because Sammy was always in and out of Atlantic City, and that's my hub.
Yeah.
And Sammy and I were the same size. I was actually, believe it or not, Jeff, I was an inch taller than Sammy Davis Jr.
Wow.
Yeah. But that man had a pair of legs that should fly. He put them shoes on. He tapped. He put the soft shoe on and do that. And did you ever see somebody do sand dancing?
Yeah, there was a tap dancer named Sandman Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sandman Sims would pour sand on the stage and just start dancing on it.
And I've seen Sammy did a sand dance at the Sands Hotel when it was still in Atlantic City. That's demolished now. Okay. But Sammy did a sand dance that seemed to go on forever. And it was only about a 7 or 8 minute bit, but it seemed to like that time slowed in that moment. And it was just fluid and soulful and serene. It was just a very I want to be careful how I use this word. It was a very eclectic moment. Okay. And I don't use that word a lot, and I know what it means. And people take it. You can use the word eclectic in any number of situations. Sammy was able to take a simple, soft shoe and sand and make a moment out of it. And that's what entertainment is. It's a series of moments. And when you got a guy like Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, well, brother, you let me tell you something. You're just racking up the moments. A 2-hour show is nothing but, 500 or 600 moments.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting.
Right.
How were you approached by Tony. Or I'm just assuming that you were approached by Tony.
Mhm.
Who approached you? Let's put it that way. And what was the pitch that they got you to do Sammy for the show?
Well, I had been doing Sammy before I met Tony.
Oh,
There
all
was a
right.
yeah, there was a dinner theater. Um, it was kind of like a supper club,
Okay.
and they were brand new dinner theater, and they just wanted to do little small shows, but have people have dinner and the
For
whole
sure.
thing.
Hmm.
And they decided to do a Rat Pack show, and they had auditions,
Wow.
and I heard about it, and I auditioned, and I got the part. But what blew me away was I beat out like 100 other actors to play Sammy
Whoa.
Davis. Yeah, yeah,
For
it was like
real.
it was a lot of people like submitted to audition for the role, and
I'm actually shocked, to be honest with you. I didn't think that there were that many people who could pull off doing Sammy,
yeah,
because
yeah,
he's hard to do, man.
yeah, he is, he is.
You
I
know?
I think I think a lot of people who do Sammy Davis just tend to sing sing his songs, but they
Hmm.
really don't impersonate him. They just sing his songs because his songs are
Yeah.
really well known. So
Yeah.
I tried to do a little bit of like an impersonation of him, even though it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
And the director cast me, and then we were in rehearsals,
Hmm.
and he said to me, he goes, he's like, I have to be honest with you. I picked you because I really liked your spirit. He's like, you're a very nice person. You're very easy to work with, and you tried to capture the essence of Sammy the best that you could. And he's like, just
Amen, man.
and he said just about
Amen on
everybody
that one.
else didn't really do that. They had phenomenal voices, but they didn't
Yeah.
capture the essence of Sammy. So
Well, and that's what Sammy was. He was more than just an entertainer.
mhm,
He was a song and dance man, an
yeah,
actor, a
mhm,
comedian when he had to be, an impressionist when he had to be.
mhm, mhm,
He could do. He literally was a guy
yeah,
this big that could literally do it all,
well,
because he did it all from 5 years old
yeah,
till
yeah,
God rest his soul when he passed at 63, I believe.
yeah. It was in his
And
early
that's
60s.
young.
Yeah, yeah,
That's young, and it's a shame how he went. That was a horrible. He was a horrible smoker. He smoked a lot.
mhm,
And it caught up with him, and it caught up with Frank and Dean as well. Those guys puffed pretty heavy, man.
yeah, yeah,
You know, I
mhm,
noticed that it's interesting. The show that I saw, Robert Cabella wasn't holding a cigarette like a lot of Dean Martin impersonators or tributes.
yeah,
Let's clarify this one, because I've had a number of tribute artists and a number of impersonators on the show. Do you consider yourself an impersonator or a tribute?
I think I'm more of a tribute uh performer, but I try to capture the essence of him and try to get his mannerisms to the best I can.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
got a friend of mine that's been on the show. He's probably the greatest Tom Jones impersonator on planet Earth, and I grew up with the guy, Steve McCoy.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Hmm.
Steve is one of those people, when I asked him that question, because I hit him from left field, he didn't know it was coming.
Hmm.
I usually give him a little heads up as to what's coming, because Steve McCoy and I are 53-year friends,
Wow.
and I've been in this business a
Hmm.
long time. And Steve was one of those guys. He went, "Whoa, where'd that come from?" He goes, "Here's the difference, Ange. You have to understand, what I do isn't a tribute because my guy is still alive."
Mm,
And that was the key for me.
right.
That's the key. The tribute performer is paying homage to someone who's not here. The
Hmm.
impersonator is mimicking the characterization, just like you did with Sammy,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
And I think that, calling yourself a tribute, especially for Sammy, brother, absolutely
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah.
In my opinion, whoever that casting director was,
Hmm.
he had it. It's
Hmm.
the spirit of Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had a unique voice. He had this kind of like, hey man, like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
Um, you can make the sun rise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had that vibrato in his voice,
Hmm.
and that's not easy to do.
Hmm.
How did you? I'm sure I'm certain at some point you stood in front of the mirror and as we all do, and look at your performance and posture yourself the way Sammy would.
Hmm.
How did you find his voice? How did it come to you?
Yeah, I just used to watch, and I still do to this day. I just watch tons and tons of footage of Sammy Davis, whether he was doing interviews or in
Mhm.
movies or performing, just
Yeah.
watching him talk to people. And then I was just trying to imitate that to the best that I possibly could.
Beautiful.
I would stand in the mirror and kind of look at myself a little bit,
Mhm.
try to do it, but I was trying to get the tone of his voice, like that, that hey bang, hey shabang,
Exactly.
like, and even his mouth,
Exactly.
it's like to the side, like,
Yeah,
like,
exact and
that
everybody
it was like
does that.
little details like that that I was trying to
I'm
study.
Can I give you a little bit of advice?
Hmm.
And I
Sure.
think you're going to think that I'm crazy, which I wouldn't. Not the first time somebody would say I was crazy.
Okay.
But if you want to see somebody do a really great Sammy, that's not a singer, that's not a dancer, watch Billy Crystal.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Go on YouTube and Billy Crystal as Sammy, right?
Hmm.
And just watch the way everything is exaggerated.
Yeah.
And that's how Sammy was in real life. I'm telling you because I know I've seen him do it.
Hmm.
He was his persona was he was 5'2". His persona was like 7 foot.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
he walked in the room 20 minutes before his feet got there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how big
Yeah.
his personality was.
Hmm.
And that's who Sammy was.
Hmm.
His personality was all personality.
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
was all
Yeah.
energy. It was all spirit.
Yeah.
That's why Sinatra loved working with him because he made Frank not only feel good, but he made Frank look good.
Hmm.
It's like being in a wrestling match. You're only as good as the guy that you work with, you know?
Hmm.
I could
Yeah.
say that because I know a lot of people in professional wrestling, and it's entertainment. You got two guys, they're not beating each other up, they're actually making each other look good.
Mm.
So, and that's what Sammy and Frank and Dean did on every show. They all made themselves, in my opinion, for whatever it's worth, they
Hmm.
all made themselves the butt of the joke at some point or another during the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's important, I think, because you're going to see a clip tonight of the three of you guys just singing a song. Didn't care about the words really, but you were just having so much damn fun,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know. I want to show everybody this here. I want to just check this out. This is the Rat Pack. This is from left to right. You've got Robert Cabella as Dean Martin and Elvis Presley. Because he does Robert does Elvis as well. You've got Jeff Foote center, front and center, as Sammy Davis Jr., the incomparable. And of course, Mr. Tony Sands as the chairman of the board, Frank Sinatra. And that's not easy to pull off either, my friend. That's a task. But when I had Tony here, he said from the time he could listen to music and understand it, he knew that voice. It was like a part of him. So
Mm.
let me ask you kind of an esoteric question, maybe a little heady, maybe a little deep,
Okay.
but because I like to do that with people, I like to get into their head a little bit. What part of Sammy connects with you? What part of his magnificent spirit, energy, personality? Choose whatever adjective you want.
Hmm.
Um, what connected with you, and
I think,
what's that motivating thing that keeps you going?
from the research that I did about Sammy Davis, he came across, uh, to be a very, very nice person, and he just got along with everybody.
Yeah, he
And
really
I,
did.
I tend to be I tend to be very nice. I tend to get along with a lot of people. I
Mhm.
don't like drama. I like to have fun and just get to know people. And we all have different walks
Yeah.
of life. And Sammy's walk of life was just totally different from everybody. But I think one of the things about Sammy that I like is he never had a formal education.
Yeah.
Life was his education.
Yep.
And I think that was what was so fascinating to me. Like, he never went to school. It's just, I
Yeah.
can't imagine my life never going to school. He spent his
Can
whole
you
life.
imagine that? I mean, that's really, it's nowadays it would be unfathomable to think of a child not going to school to learn something. Sammy's school was his dad and his uncle
Yeah. Hmm.
on and being on a stage and earning his keep at 5 years old,
Yeah.
dancing like literally for real dancing, not not pretending. Even at 5, the kid knew.
Hmm.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
And
and
I
he
think I was just gonna say, I think the reason why he knew what he was doing is because uh I I get the idea that I think he was just mature for his age because he was around adults all his life. He didn't play
Amen.
with
Absolutely.
kids, like he was just a mature kid because that's all he was around was adults. It's almost like Michael Jackson. It's like he never really had a childhood. He just spent his
Yeah.
whole, it's almost like the same thing. You know.
Yeah. It really is, and I think that's why MJ and Sammy got along so famously well.
Hmm.
Um, because Michael reminded Sammy a lot of himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
He really did, and I had the opportunity to speak to Sammy a little bit. I never got like too heavy with him, or too personal with him. I always kept it like surface level.
Hmm.
But I did have a chance to speak to him a little bit, and we did talk about MJ one time.
Mm.
And he just, in fact, and I'll be honest with you, he welled up a little bit because
Mm.
he loves that kid.
Yeah.
He just loved that kid.
Mm.
But Michael was like Michael was the Sammy of our time.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I can see that. Yep.
there's another guy who could do anything, anything you ask him to do, he could do it. Um, have you been asked to do something that you couldn't pull off yet? I
That
say yet
Sammy did?
because I know that you whatever you got coming, you'll probably overcome it. But there's always something that we as entertainers, and and include us in that conversation, that we as entertainers, there's always that one thing that we go, can I actually do that?
In terms
Or
of what
will I,
Sammy did?
yeah, or will I F it up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I've been asked to do. Sammy used to twirl the gun, and I was
Mm,
asked to do that, and I'm like, I don't know if I can master that. I can try to practice it, but I don't know if I can
yeah,
master it the way he did.
it's
You know.
hard, man.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing about Sam is, he had really like thin, like my hands look like a baseball mitt. Okay, I got big meaty hands.
Hmm.
Sammy's hands were very, very long and
Hmm.
very, very thin. And
Hmm.
he could do that. He could do the gun. He could do a baton
Oh,
and
wow.
make it look. Oh yeah, and
Wow.
make it look effortless.
Mm.
And it's all in that dexterity. It's like anything else, with practice. Practice, practice.
Hmm.
Um, I would love to see you try to incorporate that into the show if if you have any say so with it.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
love to see that.
Yeah.
What you did, and I wanted to squash my daughter because I had my wife and my daughter with me when we saw the show.
Hmm.
And great show, amazing show. I loved coming out there and talking to you guys for a little bit. Um, my daughter had her phone and she was, you know, filming, certain pieces of the show.
Hmm.
She got you doing Candyman. She got you doing a little bit of, Bojangles.
Okay.
She didn't get the tap routine
Oh, okay.
But what I had to do is I found it today. I found you doing tap. It
Okay.
wasn't with the Rat Pack, but it was another show where you had, and I'll remind you of it.
Mhm,
There was a set of stairs on the stage where you went bum, 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 and
mhm.
okay, so you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know
In
exactly
fact,
what
I pulled it from your YouTube channel.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I watched that today in just utter fascination that you make it look effortless, like it's second nature.
Mm,
There are some people who can dance. I am not blessed in that regard. I have worse than two left feet. I have no left feet. I have no right feet either. I dance like a tree stump. I
yeah.
stand there and I move. That's it. That's my dancing.
Yeah.
That's as much as you'll get out of me.
Yeah.
When did dance enter your life? Where and how?
Yeah. So I I I used to dance when I was a kid, but like more like freestyle dance.
Mhm.
When I was growing up, boys always got teased for dancing, so I never thought about going to dance classes or anything.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I just used to dance for fun and just go to the school dance or a party and dance a little bit.
Oh, sure.
Um,
Mhm.
um, I saw a show on Broadway. It was called "Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk," and it was with Savion Glover, world-renowned tap dancer.
I know exactly who said it. I love Savion.
Yes, yeah,
I
he's
loved
phenomenal.
watching that man dance. Oh,
Yeah.
like
So
music. Music.
I saw that show and it was all guys tap dancing.
Yeah.
And they this really cool kind of cutting edge kind of style to tap because
Mhm.
a lot of people thought tap was like, Tux and Tails, Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers
Yeah.
style of, tap, Gene Kelly. So when I, even Gregory Hines I put in there too. But when I saw that show, I
Boy,
was
do I
like,
miss him. Mm.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow.
So when I saw that show, I wanted to learn how to tap dance. I was 20, I was 21 when I started tap
Wow.
dancing when I saw that show, and I was like, I really I want to tap dance. So then I ran into this guy. I was in New York City one time, and it's just funny how things work out. Savion Glover's cousin, his name is Omar Edwards, was in Bringing the Noise, Bringing the Funk,
Mhm.
and I just happened to run into him in New York City, just randomly. And
Wow.
I was starstruck by him. I'm like, "Oh my god, you're great. I saw you in Noise Funk and you were great." And I'm like,
Right?
"I would love to learn how to tap dance." And what he did was he was teaching at this school in Harlem. So I would go up to Harlem about 4 times a week and I would practice with him and he would teach me for 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
And he would basically give me private lessons. But the beautiful thing, he never charged me for a lesson, not once. So I owe so much to him for the amount of
That's
tap dance that I know
amazing.
comes from him, and he never I think
Yeah.
I bought him dinner, like, once, but I owe him
Remarkable.
so much because he never charged me, and normally, when you have private lessons, whether it's music, singing, dance, they charge you.
Yeah.
He never
I'm a
charged me.
firm believer in that. What we do, and sometimes it's not done enough these days, and I feel so bad for some of the talent. And the world is we have so much raw, untapped talent that we'll never see, we'll never hear about because they either a don't know how to go about it, or
Mhm.
somebody's got their hand out for a paycheck, and that's not why you do this. You do this because you're supposed to give back,
Mhm.
and how
Right.
you give back is paying it forward.
Yeah.
And you're giving back when you teach. You're giving back, and
Mhm.
hopefully someday some of your students will be in a position to give back.
Give back. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's how we do it, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
Savion Glover, man, you were talking about a guy who's just like born with music notes in his feet.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people just are. Sammy
Mhm.
was that way.
Mhm.
Michael was that way. And
Yeah.
just certain people, Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly,
Yeah.
those guys could make it look effortless.
Mhm. Mhm.
But they were such great athletes. That's another part of dance I want to talk about.
Yeah.
The athleticism of it. what kind of sports what sports prepared you to dance?
Yeah. I didn't play too many sports. I mean, I played Little League baseball, Little League
Mhm.
basketball.
Right.
When I was in high school, I played football for a little bit. I was terrible, by the way. Uh, but
I was too at 5'3". I wasn't hurting nobody.
yeah, yeah,
I hear you,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
yeah. But I think I've always had a natural athleticism. My mom always said I used to be fast when I was a kid. I used to be really fast. My mom always said I should have ran track, and track just never interested me. But
Hmm.
I probably could have done it, or cross country. Like I could have done
Yeah.
one of those, you know. But
Oh,
I've always had
sure.
this like an athleticism about me. Like I was very I always like to run and just do physical things. So I
Were
was just
you
kind of
one of
born with
those
that.
kids? Because I was when I was a kid, and I'm not super athletic. One of the things I did in school and then again in high school was wrestling.
Mhm,
Amateur wrestling. Um, and then I got involved with these kooks, the professional guys. But
mhm,
my basic, my fundamentals will never leave me. Wrestling. Amateur wrestling.
mhm,
Um, One of the words that was always thrown my way was squirrely. I was
mhm,
always a squirrely kid. I
mhm.
wasn't fat, I wasn't skinny, but I was wiry. We would call
Okay.
that squirrely would be like akin to wiry.
Mhm, mhm,
I could get in and out of holds wrestling.
mhm,
Um, and one of the things that I did for a long time was I DJ'd in clubs. And I
mm,
loved dance. I loved watching these people dance,
mhm.
and we're talking about like the 70s, 75,
Oh
76,
yeah.
when disco was just like,
Mhm,
cranking it.
mhm,
Um, and I just stood there like this tree stump going, because I couldn't dance.
mm,
And I have to confess something. And my wife knows I'm going to talk about this because whenever I get a chance to, I'm going to talk about it.
mhm.
I said there, we have a dance studio literally around the corner from my home,
Okay.
literally around the corner.
Mm,
And I said to my wife, I want to go to Mrs. Adiagio's dance school. And she and my late mother, God rest her soul, but she and my mother looked at me and laughed, like burst
mm,
out laughing at dinner.
mm,
And I went, well, I guess that's a no,
mm.
you know,
Yeah.
with that kind of encouragement, and I was serious about it. They thought I was joking.
Mhm.
And every time I drive by that dance studio, I go to my wife, look, Mrs. Adiagio's school is, you know, they're recruiting.
Yeah.
Um, there's always that moment when you question, am I doing the right thing? Dancing. Is the potential reward greater than, you know, the ball breaking I'm going to take, or the teasing I'm going to take,
Mhm.
or the potential names that people could call me, and so
Yeah.
and because kids could be cruel, man.
Yeah. I know. I
Kids
know.
can be cruel.
That's why I didn't go to studios when I was a kid because I didn't want to be made fun of. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't blame you. So dance came into your life that way, and when did you realize that, hey, you might be pretty good at this?
Um.
I'm sure
I,
there was a moment, right?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I started when I was 21. It probably wasn't probably about maybe 2 to 3 years later because I was still learning the basics.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to hone in on the craft. Um. But then I started to pick things up a little bit, and I started to get better. And
Right.
believe it or not, one of the things that actually made me a better tap dancer was I got asked to teach a tap class, and I had never taught a tap class in my life. And the woman was desperate; she couldn't find anybody, and I'm like, I'll do it, but I don't know what I'm doing. I've never taught before, and I just went in there and I just did what I knew, and and the kids seemed to like it. The studio owner seemed to like it. It turned out that tap dance teacher, she was quitting that year. So then the woman asked me if I would go in, for the following year and be the tap teacher.
Wow.
So then what happened was the more I started to teach, I started to get better myself, because not only was I breaking the steps down for the kids, I was breaking steps down for myself as well. So then I just started to get better just by that alone, you know.
It's not serendipity, folks. It's not by chance. These things happen, and we talk about it on this show all the time. These things, it's the spirit world, nature, whatever you want to call it. It's the world's way of saying, hey, this guy's here. I put him here for a reason. Let's see if he understands the reason I put him over here or in that position or whatever. And I'm a firm believer in that. You know, we are where and when we are supposed to be. Not just where we're supposed to be, but when we're supposed to be. I'm a firm believer in that. You know, that's why I'm here. I'm here based on that principle. You know?
Yeah.
I shouldn't be here. You know? But somebody took a chance on me like someone took a chance on you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And now I'm at 66 years of age. You know, I've been doing this almost 48 years now, 47 years.
Wow.
A long time.
Yeah, long time, yeah.
Yeah, like literally my entire adult life.
Yeah. Well, do you have to, it's funny that you said all that. Can I tell you a quick story real quick?
Sure, please. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bro,
Okay.
this is what we do here. We collect stories on this show.
Okay. It's funny that
year-end, highlight clip.
Oh, okay.
Which is going to come out day before New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay.
We show our year-end. This is our last full live show, and then we run our highlight clips of the year. Okay. And what I'll sit down and I'll put various clips together. You're going to make that one.
Oh, cool. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well, here's a really interesting story, because it's funny when you talk about things being meant to be, and like being like people taking a chance on people, and you said where and when, and I was 21 when I started tap dancing, and I always say to myself, as we get older, our bodies start to slow down, and I can't do some of the stuff that I used to 15, 17 years ago.
You preaching to the choir, Jeff.
Yeah, but it's crazy, and it took me a long time to like realize this, but I always said to myself, I said, I wonder what my life would have been like if I'd started tap dancing younger as a kid, right? And it's funny when you said like the timing of things and the where and the when and everything, and this is a crazy story, and it's mind-blowing, but I'm going to tell you a quick story. So my father, he was in Vietnam, and he fought on the front lines, watching his best buddies get shot next to him, and the whole thing. He survived. He doesn't really talk about Vietnam at all. Well, I kept saying, why did I tap like so late in life? And it didn't. And for years, I wondered that, and it didn't hit me. Like, I didn't get this revelation until maybe 3-4 years ago. I got this revelation. Knowing me, I would have been practicing all the time, whether it was in the basement or whether it was in the garage. I think the sounds of the tap would have messed my father up from being in the war.
Oh, yeah.
So
they would have sound like bullet
gunshots
fire.
And all that. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Wow. To think that far ahead, that's remarkable.
Yeah. And my parents got divorced, and it was almost like after my parents got divorced, that's when I started tap dancing.
Wow.
So it's funny how things work out like that. But I always used to wonder for years. I was like, I probably would be even a better tap dancer if I had started at a young age, because a lot of these kids who start, they start at 5, 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
And I started at 21. But then a friend of mine said to me, he goes, like, I told him this story, and he said God had you where he wanted you to be. Like, that was the time you were supposed to do it.
And exactly the where and the when.
Yeah. Yep.
That's remarkable. Is your dad still with us?
Yes. Yep. He's still with us.
Would you do me a huge favor and tell your father on behalf of me and the show, thank you for his service?
Sure, absolutely.
I had cousins in that war that did not come back, and God bless those that did.
Yeah,
that was a mess.
Yeah.
We have. I am at a station break right now. Jeff, give me just a second and let me ID everybody here. You are on WTBR Radio on the BRS Worldwide Network broadband radio system. And we are right now broadcasting live to 3,100 platforms around the globe. We are translated into 17 different languages in 31 different countries. I am the Mad Dog. This is WTBR What's the Buzz Popcast. And we are coming back right after this. Check this out, folks.
Hey Max, what's going on? I'm X, and from this moment on, I'm going to be your own personal AI DJ on Spotify. Let's go. Up next, I know you've been on a summer song kick lately, so I went back for some of your old summertime favorites. See if it warms you up. Next up, some of the music you had on a lot back in 2018.
Do you think of me? Walking out there.
All right, Max, let's get you out of your feels and switch up the vibe. You've been into dance music lately. I got this brand new release to get you moving. Introducing DJ, the best of Spotify made just for you, one tap away. Powered by AI, delivered by me. You're very...
And we are What's the Buzz, America's podcast on WTBR Radio. What's the Buzz Radio, 88.7 on the BRS network. We are on the broadband radio system around the world. I am the Mad Dog. We have tonight 1/3 of the Rat Pack, who are probably bending an elbow at the bar somewhere. If I know Tony... If I know Tony and Robert, they're probably, conspiring to stuck poor Jeff out here by himself. Let's see if he sinks or swims. Rob will tell you guys something. If you're out there watching, he's swimmingly well. Thank you, guys. And you know what? And it's actually kind of better this way. I get to know you this way. I get to know you this way. And
yeah, definitely.
Have a relationship. This is the good thing. So Tony, thank you for ditching me tonight, and Robert, wherever the hell you are practicing on your drums. Anyway, or seeing if your Elvis costume still fits you. I said that. Okay, I said that.
Oh gosh.
Look, I want him to come after. I'm trying to incite a little bit of larceny. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to incite a little larceny in them. I want them to jump forward. Let me just show everybody something real quick. We are with Jeff Foote. Jeff is 1/3 of the Rat Pack. It's an amazing tribute ensemble. Take a look at this picture here. That's Robert Cabella to the left. He is Dean Martin and Elvis Presley. Jeff is front and center. Jeff Foote is front and center. He is Sammy Davis Jr. He's our guest tonight. And, of course, the guy who put all this together is Tony Sands as the chairman of the board, Frank Sinatra. And it's not just pictures, folks. No, this is not show and tell. We're going to watch some stuff tonight, too. But I'm going to make you wait just another minute. What we'd like to do tonight is get to know Jeff Foote. And why not? He's a hell of a guy, and we're going to kind of talk to him a little bit and find out where he's from and how he got into the biz. As we said, the biz, as we say, the biz man. Yeah. Well, let's talk about that, because there is kind of like a serious underline to it. It's not easy getting into show business. It's really not.
No, it's not.
And it was harder then than it is now.
Yeah.
Now everybody, here you go. I've got my own portable TV studio, right?
Yeah.
This piece of junk that ruined everything. It's the ruination of everything. But I digress. I still have a pet peeve with the technology. I don't like it really, but I am at the mercy of technology, Jeff. Unfortunately, we all are.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the business. Let's talk about what what you expected. What was it? What you expected? Was it more difficult than you thought it would be getting and breaking in and having somebody's ear? What was that journey like for you?
It wasn't too bad. Yeah. Well, I mean, no, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was. We all tend to sing the same songs and do the same bits. So even if you work with different impersonators, you're still doing the same bits, kind of thing. Some things might change with different groups. Like there's other Rat Pack groups that I might fill in for their Sammy. So, but once I work with them more, then I get to know them more and used to working with them more, even though it's not all the time. But it's not really that difficult.
How important is it for you? Well, let me ask you a general question, and then I'll capsulize it for you. How important is it in your opinion? I'll ask you this way: how important is it in your opinion that the person doing a character look and sound like the character? Can you get away with one or the other, or must there be both?
I think
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I'm so sorry.
No. It's a good question. Just because we were talking about this before about a tribute act and a impersonator.
Yeah.
So
it's somehow it's singled back to that,
Yeah. I think that's a tough question. I think if they've passed on, then I think the impersonation should be as close to possible. Or you're at least try to capture the essence,
right?
Like for example, anytime I do a Sammy Davis performance, I'm always going to add a little Sammy essence. I'm never going to just go out there, as Jeff Foote singing some Sammy Davis songs. I'm going to just try to become the character as best as possible, and I kind of feel like that's really important if you're going to do a tribute. Like for example, I saw a Beatles tribute act one time, and Paul McCartney and I think Ringo Starr, I believe, are still alive, but I think the other two, well, John is obviously dead, and I think George passed away.
Yes,
but they still.
I'm a Beatles guy, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Beatles guy and an Elvis guy. I got my TCB necklace on it.
Oh, look at that. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what you're saying, and I, of course, I didn't let you finish, but I think what you're saying is that Paul and Ringo are still here. John and George aren't. So it's tough. I mean, I saw my wife and I just saw a Beatles at the Fab Four.
Yeah.
Now these guys are remarkable. They all look like and sound like their character. Only one of the guys in the group is actually from England. In fact, he's actually from Liverpool.
Oh, wow.
The guy that plays George Harrison is actually from Liverpool. And the rest of the guys are all American, putting on the accents, but they're really good. In your case, what was the case with this Beatles tribute you saw?
It was the same thing. I mean, like even like when they introduced, like they sounded a lot like them when they sang, and I'm pretty sure they played their own instruments. But even when they introduced themselves and they introduced the next song that they were going to do, they did it in the British accent, So like it kind of puts you in that, like, we're watching the real Beatles, even though they're a tribute band, versus
That's important. I think. Do you know a guy named Bobby Brooks Wilson? You know Bobby Wilson?
I don't think so. That doesn't sound familiar.
Okay, I want to see something real quick. I'm gonna pull somebody. I'm gonna do this for you. I'm going to pull a picture up. So bear with me for just a second. I want to pull this picture up. There's a reason I want to do this. Here we go. Here's Bobby. And I am going to pull Bobby up here, and I'm going to share Bobby with you. Here we go. Let me pull this up. He's a fascinating guy, and there's a story behind why I'm telling you this. That's Bobby Wilson.
Okay.
Bobby used to do, and still does, a tribute to Jackie Wilson.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And he's a dead ringer for him. The only difference is the hair. Bobby wears his hair kind of like this.
Yeah.
Bobby Brooks Wilson was only known as Bobby Brooks.
Okay.
Jackie Wilson's children were in the audience one night when Bobby was up on stage in Legends in Concert.
Mm.
They said, this guy, he's not just an impersonator. There's got to be something here.
Mm.
So after the show, this is true story. Again, where and when you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
After the show, Jackie Wilson's children went backstage to meet Bobby Brooks. They said to him, and it's a kind of a strange first question, they said to him, would you mind taking a blood test for us?
Wow.
And he looked at them kind of like, he goes, yeah, sure, why not?
Wow.
Come to find out that he was, Bobby Brooks Wilson was Jackie Wilson's biological child.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's you can't Google it. If you think I'm nuts, Google it for real. Bobby Brooks worked as a Jackie Wilson tribute artist for years, almost 2 decades.
Wow.
Almost 20 years, 17 years actually. Before he's actually now doing Jackie Wilson's songs as a legitimate tribute to his father.
Wow.
Which is crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I bring that up because there's a fine line between, again, going back to the impersonator and the tribute artist. I have much more respect now for what guys like you do for a living because it ain't easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy to do. It's not easy to satisfy the living family members that may have something to say.
Yeah.
I think Altavis Davis, she's probably gone now, right?
I think she passed away, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I know she survived Sammy for a long time.
Yeah.
And I lost touch of Altavis. But it's interesting because what you do as part of this, a third of this Rat Pack show is you bring an energy level that Frank can't and Dean doesn't. And I chose those 2 words purposely. That Frank can't. Frank brings a level of cool. Yeah. Because Frank Sinatra invented cool.
Yeah, he was cool.
Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra they invented cool in Las Vegas. That was if you wanted to see somebody cool, you went to see Frank and Dean. Then Sammy came along and Frank went, come here, Pally, because everybody's Pally with Frank.
Yeah, yep.
And Dean, and I heard. I'm gonna tell you something. I've heard the word "pally" come out of more true. Here you go.
Yeah.
Here's Tony.
Oh, there he is.
Wow. Better late than never, my friend.
Jeff, I just got to take my hat off to Jeff and you. Jeff is doing a great. I was listening. We finally got in, but I just heard the end of that story about Bobby Wilson.
Yeah.
What a great story.
Check this out. Check this out. Look at that.
Gee, oh my God.
Yeah, he's a dead ringer for his father.
Yeah.
I already heard he has a fantastic voice.
Oh my God, Bobby's amazing. Amazing. I had the opportunity to see Jackie Wilson. And then that was the night that he had his heart attack at the Latin Casino in New Jersey here.
Okay, yeah.
And it was during Dick Clark's show. My
Oh, wow.
father, and then you and I talked, Tony, the last time you were on. I think my father had, a lot of connections in the entertainment business, and Sinatra was a friend, and Dion, of course, Dion DiMucci, Dion the Belmonts, and Dion happened to be on that show that night, and boy, it shook him up, brother. I'm gonna tell you what, it shook him to the core, because Dion, I don't know if you guys know, but that Dion flipped a coin with Buddy Holly. And Buddy Holly got the airplane, and Dion.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's true story.
yeah.
You can't make this stuff up, my friends. People think that I make these stories up. Please, I'm old. I know my
Yeah. Well,
I know my stuff.
And it's fact. It's not. It's all documented and everything. So
yeah.
One
of the things we spoke about earlier, Tony, is that Jeff literally finding Sammy's voice.
Yeah.
And I remembered the story you told when you were a kid, hearing Sinatra for the first time.
Right.
And that remarkable, resonance in his voice, and you fell in love with that music.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jeff
does the same thing. He just goes right into Sammy character and puts his 100% of his heart into it, and his dancing ability. I don't know if you've ever seen him tap, but he's excellent.
Oh yeah, I have actually. We talked about that.
Yeah.
One of the things that we were at that show at the Broadway Theater in Pittman,
right?
Pittman, New Jersey. One of the great theaters. I'm going to tell you what, we love that. My wife and I are there at least twice a month.
Wow.
Yeah, we love live theater. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
And one of the things is that my daughter was videotaping segments of the show, and her phone was so full that she didn't have enough space in her phone to videotape Jeff's tap routine. So I went on to Jeff's website, and I snatched the clip. And I sat there and watched it over and over. But since you're here, and Tony, and I have to give you kudos for it. Thank you. Better late than never, but you made it.
I apologize.
Robert, no, brother, you never have to apologize to me ever. But Robert is another story. He owes me now 2 shows. That little shit. So I want to put this up here. I want everybody to take a look at what you guys do on stage. And Jeff, you and I were talking about the spirit of what Sammy brings. And let me say, I want to say this for you, Tony. I said, Sammy brings an energy level that Frank can't and Dean doesn't.
Exactly.
And here's what I'm talking about. Check this out.
And then came out the news that old Southland, I gave birth to the blues from that whippoorwill high on that hill. Hey, they took a new note, shoved it through a horn till it was worn into a blue note. Don't hurt yourself. And then they nursed it, they rehearsed it, and then gave out the news that old Southland, I gave birth to the blues. And then they nursed it and rehearsed it, and then gave out the news that old Southland, I gave birth to the blues. From that whippoorwill high on that hill. Hey, they took a new note, shoved it through a horn till it was worn into a blue note. Don't hurt yourself. And then they nursed it, they rehearsed it, and then gave out the news that old Southland, I gave birth to the blues. Rehearsed it, and gave out the news that old Southland gave birth to the blues. Yeah. Good night, God bless. You've been great. Thank you
You take any one of those three components and you remove it, it's not the same show.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
not the same show.
They got to be all together.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the things, Tony, you and I spoke about was the level of improvisation or ad lib that you allow yourself. Your show's pretty structured, which I like. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
I also like people who can ad lib ad hoc because it's not easy to do, especially within the context of a Rat Pack show, because those guys used to get pretty colorful back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that now. Not at well, certainly some clubs you can get away with it. Private events you probably could.
Large theaters, no, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, not like the Broadway. That won't happen.
Right.
Because you won't be invited.
It's a whole different world now. Yeah, it's a whole
Yes,
different
sir.
concept. Yeah.
It is, and so let's talk about that. How much do you? And I don't even know if I want to say it that way. Do you allow yourself a little leeway during a show to kind of cut loose a little bit?
Depending on yeah. I mean, it's very structured. It's very in the lines of what we do every show. We do break away. Sometimes we'll feel it's depending on the crowd too. If we can play with the crowd a little bit and feel the reaction and each crowd is different. We can let loose on certain things, and that takes place while you're performing. So we'll fill out the crowd. We'll see how they're reacting, and if we know we have enough room to do other things that we not normally do, but are in the line of a clean show, we'll go ahead. I think Jeff feels the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Jeff, you're in addition to being a dancer, Jeff, you're also an actor. So I'm going to talk a little bit about your acting while I got you here.
Sure.
I'm going to. This kind of question is like, who's your favorite child? So dancing, acting. Where's your heart go, and where's your wallet go?
Oh boy. I love them both equally. Yeah.
That's a cop out. That's a cop out, brother.
But it's true though. Like I started acting.
I know.
I'm saying I was acting before I started tap dancing. So yeah. So that's always like I always at the school plays and things like that. So so I have a love for both of them.
Okay, Tony.
Yeah.
You have done any acting in your career?
No, and I always wanted to try acting, but acting's. I mean, it's not easy acting.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want everybody to take a look at this. The Rat Pack.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas from the Rat Pack. We are on Chubby TV, Roku, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and all over the world right now, broadcasting live to more than 3,000 platforms in 31 countries, translated into 17 different languages on the BRS Broadcasting Network. There you go. Tony, the next show you have, where, when, how can people get tickets?
Yeah, so we have a New Year's Eve show coming up in the Milford
Taylor's Island, Maryland.
Milford Theater in Pennsylvania, towards Allentown.
Okay. And anyone that wants to find out information, contact Tony Sands.
Right,
you can
go
reach him
right
at
on my
TonySands.com. You can book events. You can book your function there, your private corporate event. You got a club or a fraternity you want the Rat Pack to perform, you give Tony the holler. He's the guy. He puts it all together. You got like 7 or 8 different shows put together right now. You got a Liza Minnelli show.
We have Elijah.
I think you're doing something in Florida with Liza.
January 8th.
Yeah, January 8th at the Norris Center in Naples, Florida, and January, I think it's 17th at the Punta Gorda Military Museum.
Talk about the Liza.
And how long will you be in Florida? How long will that tour last?
We're going to be there from January to the second week of April.
Oh wow! So it's an extended tour. Good for you,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, so we'll come
Good
back.
for you.
We'll do a couple shows. Jeff will be doing shows with us up. We're going to be at the Gordon Center on February 13th, and then we got a couple other shows.
13th, you're at the Hamilton.
The 13th we're at the Gordon Center. 14th they're at the Gordon Center. 13th we're at the Hamilton. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Terrific. Now, Jeff, you're not going to Florida. Is it you're staying up here to perform?
Yeah, I'll be staying up here. I usually do the shows up north.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So let's talk about that. The logistics of it, Tony. When you travel to various places, do you use local talent for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff did a run with us in Florida a few years back, but Jeff's very, very busy with students. He teaches during the day, so it's tough for Jeff to fly up for a month or 2 months, and that's what we usually do, 1 or 2 months. So when I come back, all the events in Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York, Jeff covers all those. And when I'm up in Florida, we use another crew up there doing the Dean and Sammy.
Okay, I have another question. Does Robert Cabella know how to work a computer or a cell phone? Because this guy, he's like avoiding this show like the plague, and I just don't know why.
You know what? I don't know. What happened tonight, but we also use another gentleman in the area called Eric Richardson, who does Dean, and he was going to come on too, and I guess he had a little problem working out the different links or whatever.
I actually know who he is.
Okay, yeah,
and he's very good.
Yeah, we use him a lot. So
You guys ever work with the Dijon Fields?
Yeah, we work him.
Good kid.
Nice kid. Yeah, work with him in Florida. In fact, Jeff is healing now with the cast on his foot, so we used him, and we were up in the Taylor's Island, Maryland, this weekend. We brought him in to do a show.
Terrific. I'll tell you what. I'm thankful that you made it in, Tony.
I apologize, but
yeah. This is our last show of 2025.
Oh wow.
We have our year-end highlight show. That will not be a live show. That'll be pre-recorded. But this is our last live show of 2025. We got some exciting people coming in 2026. In fact, in January, I have the guy who created the Judy Garland show, wrote and directed and produced that show. He also created Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. He created the Dean Martin Show, and he created the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast. His name is George Slaughter.
I'll be a son of a gun.
96 years old, and he ain't no signs of slowing down yet.
Good for him.
Wow.
A lot of great venues he has underneath his belt over there with Dean Martin and all those other shows. I mean, God,
absolutely, for sure, absolutely. We have an amazing dance choreographer coming on January 5th when we come back. Mary Murphy from So You Think You Can Dance on Fox TV. She'll be here. I might have Jeff come back for that show and maybe have Mary critique your dancing. I'll show her some video clip.
Sure.
Now she's she is a trip. The hot tamale train herself.
Mhm.
That would be a great pair to have on there, Jeff and her.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would. I'd like to have. I'd like to have really to do a round table. Tony, I was telling Jeff about how my late mother and my wife, snookered me out of dance lessons at Mrs. Adiaggio's school here in Somerdale, New Jersey,
Okay.
and I'm still heartbroken over it, and I may just have to sign up for one of Jeff's classes.
I think you'll be happy. Yeah.
If you don't
Okay.
mind taking, a 66-year-old 5'3" guy with really bad legs.
Of course.
Oh man, just prop me up against the wall, kid.
When he gets done with you, you'll be tapping like Fred Astaire.
I'm telling you what,
Yeah.
we have an amazing show here. We have an amazing audience. I want to take the time right now. This is our last show of the year, and I want to say thank you to all 17,471,000 people who have taken the time to sign up and subscribe to our network. That's a real number, folks. 17,471,000 people. You guys made this happen. You guys keep the lights on here, and we are grateful that you do. Also, my friends at manscaped.com, thank you for being a loyal sponsor. And my friends at Spotify. You guys are remarkable. Thank you so much. We have almost 11 million people just on Spotify.
Terrific.
Which is crazy.
Mhm.
And I think almost all of the rest are on iHeartRadio.
Okay.
Yeah. And I love me some iHeartRadio, brother.
There you go.
But I'll tell you what, as my father, God rest his soul, used to say, tomorrow was promised to no one, but we say, you know what? Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we will see you again. Be kind to each other. Enjoy your Christmas holiday with your family. If you are celebrating Hanukkah, Shalom Shabbat to you. And if you are celebrating Kwanzaa, well, happy Kwanzaa, everybody. What did I miss anybody? I'm sure there's some. I'm sure I missed somebody because I'm probably going to get an email saying you missed the Sri Lanka or some shit like that. Anyway, for my friend Jeff Foote, for my dear friend Tony Sands, I am the Mad Dog. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you again when we see you again. Take care. God bless. Good night, everybody.